Hi and welcome. In this video I'll show you some exercises that you can do for your ankle if you have ever had any kind of, like, let's say, a sprained or twisted ankle, or just a stiff joint. Follow along and I'll show you some progressions on how to treat and strengthen your ankle joint. So for your ankle joint, I will now show you some, I'll say, basic movement that you can start by doing for your ankle, and then we're gonna show you some progressions for it. So the first one will be, like, you're gonna step forward, then you're gonna move your ankle joint out to the side. So where I'm moving my ankle joint is that I'm gonna push from the outside and back. I'm gonna keep the most of my weight on my left leg when I'm doing the ankle twist like this. As you come along and you feel like, okay, this is getting more loose, you can start to feel less pain in it, then you can start to add more load into it. So now I'm pushing my weight from the left more over to the right side. Just like that. I'll do the same for inside. So it doesn't matter if you stand like that or a little bit in front. The goal is to make sure that your inside, your medial side of your ankle joint, that you can actually start to move it in through a pronation. So from this position, I'm trying to keep my leg as straight as possible. So it's more my ankle joint that's making the movement instead of actually my knee. It's okay to put the knee into it, but that should just be a bigger progression. We just want to focus on the joint itself at the moment. Good. So I'll of course do this on both sides. As you come along, and if you feel like the floor at your home is too tough or anything like that, then I will show you another way that you can do it. So here I have a yoga mat. It could be a towel or it could be a pillow, whatever you have. Then you can do the complete same exercise, the same movement for your ankle joint. It's just a little bit more comfortable to do it on. Or even if you have something like this, a lot of physio clinics have these, a small part of gyms I've seen in as well. But else, this could again be a pillow or something like that. You can go up and do the same kind of movement. I actually feel like when I'm doing it on a harder surface that I can feel a lot more in the joint. I can get that kind of feeling, okay, where is my end range and where I'm able to go to. So we want to go all the way into that end range position and maybe a little bit further, but I don't want to push too much. I want to get the body to be aware of what we're doing. You can even just look at your ankle when you do this, or you can actually wrap a band around the joint itself where it pulls to the left, so you have something like to move into as well. That was the first basic movement I always use with clients, just to get the body awareness. We want to get you to feel like comfortable in the situation where you're actually tilting your ankle out into an end range position and into a deep pronation, and being able to do this without being scared of moving it. So from here, the next one will be more like just an ankle circle. I'll just try to move as good as I can around my ankle joint. If you look at my toes, I'm not trying to use my toes. I could do it like this. So it's more like my end of my toes is making that kind of movement. I just want it to be an ankle movement, slowly around. And again, if you feel like it's difficult for you to get that feeling of where you're starting the movement, and is it the ankle moving itself, or is it more like the end, your toes starting the movement, then put a rubber band or something around your ankle joint. That can give you a lot of awareness around where you're actually moving it. Or you can, if you have a friend or something, to actually just slightly hold on to it as long as you go through these movements here. So the next movement will be calf raises, but we'll do this like a slightly easier progression than a normal calf raise. So I'll just do it with my side too. I'll use both legs. Typically it's not both ankles at the same time. So now we'll just use one of them to help the other one. I'll just start slowly by bouncing up and down. See if you can get some kind of, like, that kind of elasticity into the joint, getting that kind of movement. feel comfortable. The more comfortable you get in this kind of movement, just see if you can bounce a little bit higher, a little bit more explosive. So when you feel comfortable by doing this, then I will definitely add some specific calf raises to it. You have seen a lot of these, like going straight up, just like that, and down again. You can stand on top of a shelf or something like that, just so you have some kind of deeper entrance to it. That can for some be really good, and for others it doesn't really matter. So you can try that if you like it. But the one I'm gonna use for you will be more like going lean forward and push into it. So I'm rolling from my heel all the way up to the toes and back. So for the front side, we'll do some dorsal flexion of our ankle joint. Just see if you are able just to move your toes, the front of your foot up, and slowly down. When we do this exercise, I'm just gonna support my back against the wall. So from here, I'm just gonna bend my knee slightly, and I'm gonna pull with all I got all the way up and slowly down, up and down, up and down. To get a bigger range of motion, you can again stand on top of something, and then you can do your raises, dorsal flexion again, just to get more range of motion. But actually, when I've done it, I feel like for most of you this will be good enough. So for most of you this will be plenty. So the next video will be an balance exercise. So are you able to stand on that sprained ankle or twist it, or what you've ever done to it? Can you stand still like this? If you can that, then go to the next one, which will be like moving. I'm gonna slightly bend my knee. I'm gonna lean a little bit forward. So I'm changing my base of support. I could go a little bit out to the side, back again, push my hip out to the side, back again. I could reach across. Can I still keep my big toe, my little toe, and my heel grounded down on the floor when I do these movements? Can I reach forward, back, across? Again, just try to move your hip out to the side and see if you can keep that balance. You should feel like it's starting to be a little bit tense, a little bit warm, and you get tired around your both the medial lateral side and the front as well. So both for the balance exercise, then we can again make a progression for that. So that will be, I'm gonna lift my toes up. So I'm trying to see if I can get this kind of nice arch under my foot. I'm gonna still make sure to keep a lot of weight on the front. I'm not gonna lift it up and my heel as well. From here, I'm gonna do the same again. I'm gonna bend my knee down and up. Can I still keep my toes pointing up when I do this? I can even do it like stepping out to the side, back, and so on again. This will definitely be a higher level. Just by doing this now, I really feel that kind of tension in my ankle. This one I broke for 2 years ago, so this is still something I'm doing some rehabilitation for, and I can definitely feel something like this for it. So make sure when you do it that you're warm and you have done the steps before this, before you go on to this kind of level. Not saying that it's dangerous or anything like that, but just to have a good experience and you feel like you've done something really good for your ankle joint. So the last exercise I'll show you will be a balance exercise. Here I've used one yoga mat, and I've just doubled it, or I could maybe have done it like this. So find the level where you're on and where you're able to hold your balance. We're gonna start without any weight on, so I'm just gonna stand on one leg. I'm gonna make sure that my leg is stiff, so it's my ankle joint movement and not my knee doing anything. So from here, I'm just gonna see if I can stand like this. If you're able to stand, then the next progression will get some kind of weight. Don't go too heavy to begin with. This is an 8 kilo, and that will be enough for me. So start low and then increase as you come along. So from here, I'm gonna keep my legs straight with the weight. I could just stand like this. This could be enough for me, but else I'm gonna shift the weight from side to side, just like that. I'm only gonna let go of the weight when I'm sure I'm able to hold the balance. So I'm not just gonna throw the weight and then I need to catch it, but then you will get off balance again. So this is the kind of rehabilitation exercises I do for a lot of my clients. Remember that we are all different, so your ankle sprain, or if you twist it or whatever you have, maybe this is not the same exercise you need to do. Maybe you need to go even lower than this in your progression, or you can maybe go higher by doing jumping and other things like that. I haven't gone through that yet. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have questions for some of these exercises or maybe an even higher progression, hit me up in the comment section below and I'll be happy to help you. Bye.